Good morning, elementary student. It is good to see you in this last chapel of the school year. Guess what that means? You've only got one day of school left. That's right. Tomorrow is your last day of schoolwork for the year. And the next week we'll come in and you'll check out with the teachers and all those kinds of fun things. We'll look forward to seeing you then. And I hope you are like me, looking forward to August and being back to school here in the classroom and ready to go. Tomorrow night, we're going to be celebrating with our K-5 and 6th grade students. They're finishing up of kindergarten and elementary. So I hope you will, if you want, log in online to our school website and view that. If you're a family member, of course, you can be here. But if you're just a friend, you need to log in online and watch it that way. Today, we are going to finish our last character trait as our reminder of this year. We're going to talk about the character trait of honesty. Honesty. Telling the truth. Never tell a lie. When we did this, we sang a song from Pat's the Pirate, and we reminded ourselves that we should always tell the truth in everything we say and not tell lies. The Bible tells us in Exodus chapter 20, God giving the children of Israel the Ten Commandments. One of the Ten Commandments is listed as this, verse 16 of Exodus chapter 20, "Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor." We can just say simply, "Thou shalt not lie." Look, I'm not going to tell a story. I'm not going to say something that is false about myself or about anyone else. It's so easy in this world that we live in to think that it's okay to tell a lie. In fact, you've probably heard the phrase, "Oh, it's just a little white lie." And I tell you, there's no such thing as a little white lie. All lies are sin. All lies are wickedness. But it's so easy. We think, well, if I just make it a little bit better than it really was, if I just say something that's a little bit different from the truth, it'll make life so much better for me. See, the truth is why we lie is because it makes life, we think it will make life better for myself, me. That's why all of us are tempted to lie at times in our life. We've all been tempted. Yes, me. Yes, your teachers. Yes, your parents. All of us at some point have been tempted to lie. Many times we're tempted on a daily basis to embellish the truth. We'll talk about that in a minute. And to make things up, that make things maybe appear a little bit better than they really are. But God wants us to be absolutely truthful. He wants us to speak the truth and never say a lie, or be false in what we speak. Some very specific things on how we practice honesty in our lives. The first one we can simply say is, tell the truth. When I'm asked a question, tell the truth. When my parents ask me, "Did you make your bed this morning?" Tell the truth. "Is that your dirty laundry in the bathroom?" Tell the truth. "Did you take the trash out?" Tell the truth. "Did you feed and water the dog?" Tell the truth. When your teacher asks, "Did you get your homework done?" Tell the truth. "Did you get your homework done all the way, every single problem?" Tell the truth. Simply put, the first thing is, if we're going to practice honesty, is we should tell the truth. The second thing is play by the rules. Play by the rules. Hey, have you ever played with somebody in a game and they made up their own rules as they go? It's not very fun, is it? When we're going to practice honesty in our lives, we need to play by the rules. That means whether we're playing a game, whether we're working, whether we're doing schoolwork, any aspect of life, if we're going to be truthful in our every aspect, we need to play by the rules. The rules that are established by our authority, the rules that are established by whoever set up the task that we're doing, whether that's a job or a game, we need to follow the rules that are set up. God has rules for us in our lives, how we live our lives, and we need to follow God's rules. Play life by the rules. The third thing we need to learn, if we're going to be honest, the third thing that we can expect in our lives to practice honesty is not exaggerate the facts. Don't make things out to be better than they are. Don't twist or stretch the truth in a way. Remember, we used the question before. And then the teacher asks or your parent asks, "Do you have your homework done?" And you go, "I was assigned problems 1 through 10, and I finished problems 1 through 7, but I didn't get 8, 9, and 10 done." Well, that's 70%. Sure, I've got it done, because 70% is a C, right? I passed, I got it done? No, that's an exaggeration. We want to tell the truth. We don't want to exaggerate. Did you get your homework completed? No, I didn't get it completed. I need to go back and get it done. Don't fall to the temptation to exaggerate. Don't fall to the temptation to make it better than it really is. You think, well, I was just playing around. I was just joking. No. Tell the truth when you're asked a question. Don't exaggerate the facts just to make it out better for you, or if you think it would help somebody else. Tell the truth. The last thing as we look at how we can practice honesty in our lives is admit when I'm wrong. You see, we can think that we can practice and we can purpose to say, I'm going to tell the truth, and I'm going to play by the rules, and I'm not going to exaggerate the facts. But you know what the truth is? Not to be punny this morning, but the truth is all of us are sinful. We're all fleshly. We are all going to be tempted, and chances are most of us at some point are going to fall in one of those areas. We're just going to flat out tell a lie. We're going to cheat, not play by the rules. We're going to exaggerate the facts. Oh, you say, well, I would never tell a lie, Mr. Martin, but, well, maybe you wouldn't play by the rules. Maybe you would copy somebody's homework. Maybe you would go get answers for a test somewhere else and you would cheat. And we could call that stealing, but we could also call it lying and saying it was my work when it really wasn't. We're going to exaggerate the facts. We make fun of and we joke about the fishing tails. When the fish was really this big and we come home and it's already grown to this big. By the time we get home, that's an exaggeration of the facts. But lots of us do that. We say, oh yeah, I'm the best basketball player there ever was. I could beat Michael Jordan, LeBron James all day long. Personally, I come up to about, the armpit of Michael Jordan or LeBron James. 5'10", they're well over 6 feet tall. There's no way in the world that I'm going to play basketball anywhere, shape, or form like some of those great basketball players. Okay? So it would be a falsification, exaggeration of the truth for me to say I can play like them. Some of us will say that I'm the best football player, the best baseball player that ever was. Best Fortnite player or the best Nintendo player. Well, the truth is that's an exaggeration. And we all probably will fall into that trap at some point in our lives of where we just lie, we don't play by the rules, or we exaggerate. And so the fourth thing is very important for us as we learn to live our life honestly. It is to admit when I am wrong. Admit when I'm wrong. That's hard. That's hard for all of us. It's hard for you as a student, as a child. It's hard for me as an adult to admit when I'm wrong. Do you know why it's hard for us to admit when we're wrong? Because we don't like to be wrong. We don't like to admit that we aren't perfect. We don't like to admit that we can't do it. We don't like to admit that we're sinners. But the truth is we all are. And there are times when we are all wrong. And if we're going to practice honesty, it's important to learn to admit when I am wrong. Because if I never admit that I'm wrong, I can't ever fix the mistakes. I can't correct the things that I did wrong if I can't admit that they were wrong. You see, if I don't admit that I told the lie, I can never go back and ask forgiveness or get forgiveness for the lie. If I can't admit that I cheated on the test, I can't go back and ask forgiveness and get the grade that I really needed to get. If I can't admit that I exaggerated the story, then I can't go back and correct it. And I continue to have to live the lie. You've heard the illustration. When you tell a lie, that lie continues to grow, and I have to tell another lie to cover up that lie, and another lie to cover up that lie, and eventually I forget all the lies I've told. Or, even worse, I start to believe that all the lies I've told are really the truth and really real when they weren't. You see, if I'm going to live an honest life, if I'm going to practice honesty as a character trait, I need to remember that, first of all, God very clearly says we need to tell the truth. We should not lie. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. And so I need to practice the character trait of honesty in my life by, first of all, just saying, I'm going to tell the truth. Secondly, I'm going to play by the rules. Thirdly, I'm not going to exaggerate the facts. And lastly, I'm going to admit when I'm wrong. When I do those things, I can practice the character trait of honesty in my life. I hope you've had a great time in chapel this year, and I look forward to seeing many of you next week as you come to check out with your teachers. And we'll look forward to seeing lots of you back in August as we get back to school then. Have a great day. Enjoy finishing school. Do your best. And finish up well today and tomorrow. We'll see you next week.